Tonight's story is something very special. A week on the island cottage. This is our longest journey yet. We'll spend an entire week on a small island living simply in a cottage by the sea. 7 days of peace, solitude, nature, and deep rest. There is no plot, no drama, no tension, just the gentle rhythm of days passing, tides changing, weather shifting, and the profound peace that comes from being alone in a beautiful place with nothing you need to do. Get very, very comfortable. You have nowhere to be for the next 3 hours. Just rest, breathe, let go. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath in, hold it gently, and release it completely. Let's begin this long, peaceful journey together. You're standing on a wooden dock, a small duffel bag at your feet, watching a boat disappear across the water. The boatman who brought you here is heading back to the mainland, and you won't see him again until next Sunday when he returns to collect you. 7 days, 1 week. Alone on this small island. The island is tiny, maybe half a mile across at its widest point, mostly rocky coastline and scrubby vegetation, with a few windswept trees that have learned to grow sideways, shaped by decades of prevailing winds. And there, about 100 yards up from the dock, sits the cottage. It's small and simple, whitewashed stone walls, a slate roof, two small windows facing the sea, a blue painted door. Smoke rises from the chimney. The caretaker was here this morning, laying a fire for your arrival, making sure everything was ready. You pick up your bag and walk up the rough path toward the cottage. The path is made of crushed shells and small stones winding between patches of wild grass and low shrubs. The air smells of salt and seaweed and wild herbs. Gulls cry overhead, wheeling and diving in the afternoon breeze. The cottage door is unlocked. You push it open and step inside. One room essentially, a small kitchen area in one corner with a gas stove, a sink, a few cupboards, a sitting area with two armchairs, and a small table near the fireplace. The sleeping alcove with a simple iron bed covered in quilts. A door leads to a tiny bathroom, just a toilet, a sink, and a shower. But the windows? The windows make the space feel larger than it is. Through them, you can see the ocean stretching to the horizon, endless blue gray water under an endless sky. You set your bag on the bed and unpack slowly. You didn't bring much clothes, a few books, some basics. The caretaker left supplies in the kitchen: bread, butter, eggs, cheese, vegetables, tea, coffee, pasta, rice. Enough for a week of simple meals. When your things are put away, you make yourself a cup of tea and stand at the window, looking out at the ocean. The water is choppy today, white capped waves rolling in, breaking on the rocky shore. The sound is constant, a rhythmic roar and hiss that will be the soundtrack to your entire week here. The afternoon is wearing on toward evening. The sun is low, painting the water with gold light. You drink your tea slowly, just standing, just looking, just being. This is it. This is your week. 7 days with no schedule, no obligations, no one to answer to. Just you and the island and the sea and time. You feel something release inside you, some tension you didn't even know you were carrying. Your shoulders drop, your breathing deepens. You're here. You've arrived. You can finally completely rest. The fire in the fireplace is burning low. You add another log, coaxing it back to life. The wood catches and flames dance, casting warm, flickering light across the room. Outside, the day is fading into dusk. You're hungry now. You make yourself a simple dinner: scrambled eggs, toast, a tomato sliced and salted. You eat sitting in one of the armchairs by the fire, looking out the window at the darkening sky. After dinner, you wash your few dishes and put them away. The routine feels good, grounding, simple tasks done slowly and with care. Night has fallen fully now. Through the window, you can see stars beginning to appear, So many stars, more than you ever see at home. Out here with no light pollution, the sky is alive with them. You're tired from traveling, from the boat ride, from the day. You're ready for sleep. You change into pajamas and climb into bed. The sheets are cool and crisp, the quilts heavy and warm. You can hear the ocean, constant and soothing. You can hear the wind rustling through the grass outside. You can hear the old cottage settling, wood creaking gently. You close your eyes, your first night on the island. 6 more days ahead, a week of peace stretching before you like a gift. And you sleep. You wake to light, sunlight streaming through the windows, warm and golden. You lie still for a moment, orienting yourself. The cottage, the island, the sound of waves. You get up slowly, no rush, and go to the window. The morning is beautiful, most clear sky, calm sea, the water 1,000 shades of blue. The wind has dropped overnight. Everything is peaceful, still, perfect. You dress in comfortable clothes and make yourself breakfast. Coffee, toast with butter and jam, a banana. You eat standing at the window, watching the ocean, watching gulls ride the morning thermals. After breakfast, you decide to explore the island properly. You pull on walking shoes and a light jacket and head outside. The morning is cool but pleasant. The sun is warm on your face. You follow a rough path that circles the island's coastline, walking slowly, stopping often to look at things. The island is bigger than you thought. It takes nearly an hour to walk all the way around it, and that's without stopping to explore. There are small beaches of pebbles and shells. There are rocky outcrops where the waves crash dramatically. There are tide pools filled with small creatures, tiny fish, crabs, starfish, anemones. You crouch beside one tide pool and watch its miniature ecosystem. A hermit crab scuttles across the bottom. A small fish darts between rocks. Anemones wave their tentacles gently in the water. It's a whole world, complete and self contained. On the far side of the island, you find a spot where flat rocks form natural steps down to the water. You sit on one of these rocks and simply watch the ocean. The water here is clear enough that you can see down several feet, seaweed swaying, schools of tiny silver fish, the sandy bottom. You sit for a long time, maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour. Time feels different here already, less urgent, less measured. Eventually, you continue your walk, completing the circle back to the cottage. The sun is high now. It must be nearly noon. Your stomach tells you it's time for lunch. You make yourself a sandwich and eat it sitting on the small porch that fronts the cottage. From here, you can see the dock where you arrived yesterday, and beyond it, the mountain, a hazy line on the horizon. It feels very far away, another world. After lunch, you feel drowsy, the sun is warm, the sound of the waves is hypnotic. You go inside and lie down on the bed, not really meaning to sleep, but not fighting it either. You drift off into a light, pleasant nap. When you wake, an hour has passed. You feel rested, peaceful, slightly disoriented, in the best way. The afternoon is warm and still. You decide to read. You take one of your books and one of the armchairs and position yourself by the window where the light is best. You read for hours. The book is good, engaging but not demanding, pulling you gently into its world while letting you surface whenever you want. Between chapters, you look up and out at the ocean, resting your eyes, absorbing the view. The afternoon fades into evening. The light changes, becoming softer, more golden. You set down your book and start thinking about dinner. Tonight, you make pasta with a simple sauce: mint, tomatoes, garlic, herbs. You cook slowly, not because the recipe demands it, but because there's no reason to rush. The kitchen fills with the warm smell of cooking garlic and tomatoes. You eat your dinner at a small table, reading more of your book between bites. After dinner, you wash up, put everything away, add logs to the fire. The evening is peaceful. You sit by the fire and finish your tea, looking out at the darkening ocean. The lighthouse on the distant mainland begins its nightly rotations, a distant pulse of light sweeping across the water every few seconds. You're tired again, pleasantly tired. The day's walking and fresh air and the general peace of this place have left you ready for sleep. You go through your evening routine, brush your teeth, change into pajamas. The cottage is warm from the fire, but you can feel the coolness of the night air seeping in through the walls. In bed, you lie listening to the ocean. The sound is slightly different tonight. The tide must be different, or the wind, or something, but it's still soothing, still constant. Your second night on the island, 5 more days. You're already feeling the rhythm of this place, the slow, easy rhythm of days marked by sunrise and sunset, by meals and walks and rest. You sleep deeply, dreamlessly, thoroughly. You wake to the sound of rain, not heavy rain, but steady, gentle rain drumming on the roof, battering against the windows. You get up and look outside. The sky is grey, low clouds hanging heavy over the island. The ocean is grey too, its surface pocked with raindrops. Everything is soft and muted and wet. And wet. A rainy day on the island. Perfect. You make yourself a pot of tea, a full pot, knowing you'll drink several cups on a day like this. You add logs to the fire that's burned down to embers overnight, coaxing it back to life. With your tea and the fire going, you settle into the armchair with a quilt wrapped around your shoulders. You have your book, you have your tea, you have the sound of rain and the warmth of the fire. You need nothing else. You read, you look out the window at the rain, you drink tea, you add logs to the fire. Hours pass in this peaceful way. Around midday, you get hungry. You make yourself soup, kneaded vegetable soup, heated on the stove, served with thick slices of buttered bread. You eat slowly, standing at the window, watching the rain. The rain continues all afternoon. It's the kind of rain that feels like it could go on forever. Steady, unhurried, thorough, the kind of rain that makes everything slow down, that makes inside feel extra cozy, that makes you grateful for shelter and warmth. You spend the afternoon reading and dozing by the fire. At some point, you realize you haven't spoken a single word out loud all day. Not since yesterday, really. Your voice is resting along with everything else. The rain begins to ease toward evening. By the time you're making dinner, a simple stir fry of vegetables and rice, it's stopped completely. The clouds are breaking up, showing patches of clear sky. After dinner, you put on your jacket and go outside for a short walk. Everything is wet and fresh. The grass sparkles with raindrops, the air smells clean, washed, new. The ocean has calmed, the rain having flattened its waves into gentle swells. You walk down to the shore and stand listening to the water. The sun has set, but there's still light in the sky, that long, lingering twilight of early summer. The clouds are clearing quickly now, and you can see stars appearing in the gaps. You return to the cottage as night falls fully. You're wet from the grass and the lingering moisture in the air, but pleasantly so. You change into dry clothes and make yourself a final cup of tea. The fire is burning low again. You add more logs, enough to last through the evening. You settle in with your tea and watch the flames dance. The day has been so quiet, so peaceful. Nothing happened really. You read, you ate, you watched the rain, you rested, but somehow it was exactly right, exactly what you needed. You're learning already how to live in island time, how to let hours pass without tracking them, how to find contentment in the simplest things. When you're ready for bed, you bank the fire for the night and make your way to the sleeping alcove. The cottage is cozy and warm. Outside, the night is clear now, stars visible through the window. Your third night on the island, 4 more days ahead. You're not counting down, you're not wishing to stay longer, you're just here, present, grateful for each day as it comes. Sleep comes easily, carried on the sound of gentle waves and the warmth of the cottage. You wake early today, just after dawn. The light is pale and new, the day fresh and full of possibility. You dress and make coffee, then take it outside to watch the sunrise properly. You sit on the porch steps, your hands wrapped around the warm mug, and watch as the sun climbs above the eastern horizon. The sunrise is spectacular. The sky turns from gray to pink to gold to blue in a slow, majestic transformation. The ocean catches the colors and throws them back. Pink waves, gold foam, blue green depths. You sit through the entire sunrise, not moving, barely breathing, just witnessing. When the sun is fully up and the day properly begun, you go inside and make yourself breakfast. Today you feel like doing something more active. You decide to really explore the island, not just the coastline, but the interior. After breakfast, you put on sturdy shoes and fill a water bottle. You take an apple and a handful of nuts in your pocket. You're going on an adventure island style. The center of the island is hillier than you expected. Rough paths wind between low bushes and rocks. You climb upward, following what seems to be an old trail, perhaps made by the island's sheep. You've seen a few small sheep grazing here and there, the descendants of animals brought here decades ago and now living wild. The climb takes about 20 minutes and brings you to the highest point of the island. From here, you can see the entire island spread below you, the cottage, the dock, the coastline, every beach and cove. Beyond it all, ocean in every direction, stretching to the horizon. The view is extraordinary. You feel like you're standing on top of the world, or at least on top of your own small world. You sit on a flat rock and eat your apple, looking out at the view. A few sheep graze on the hillside below you. Gulls circle overhead. The wind is stronger up here, steady and fresh. You sit for a long time, maybe an hour, just absorbing this place. The beauty of it, the simplicity of it, the way it exists completely separate from everything else, its own world, its own reality. Eventually, you make your way back down the hill by a different route. You find a small spring of fresh water bubbling out of the rocks, forming a tiny pool before trickling away downhill. You taste the water, it's cold and clean and slightly mineral. You discover an old stone structure, just a few walls still standing, nearly collapsed, covered in moss and lichen. Perhaps it was another cottage once, decades or centuries ago, or perhaps a shelter for shepherds. It's impossible to know. You sit in what was once the doorway and imagine the people who might have sat here before you, looking out at the same ocean, breathing the same air. By the time you get back to the cottage, it's past noon and you're hungry and tired in the best way. You make yourself lunch and eat it slowly, letting your body rest after the morning's exertion. The afternoon is warm and drowsy. You take your book outside and read on the porch, the sun warm on your face. At some point, you fall asleep right there, the book falling closed on your lap, your head tipped back against the cottage wall. You wake an hour later, slightly sunburned and completely content. The rest of the afternoon passes quietly. You move between inside and outside, between reading and simply sitting and looking. You're learning how to do nothing, truly nothing, without feeling guilty or restless. Evening comes, you make a simple dinner and eat it watching the sunset. The sky puts on another show, oranges and pinks and purples, clouds catching fire, the whole world seeming to glow. After sunset, you sit outside, wrapped in a blanket, watching the stars come out. With no artificial light to compete with, they appear by the hundreds, then thousands. The Milky Way is a brilliant band across the sky. You see several shooting stars, quick flashes of light streaking across the darkness. You stay outside until you're shivering, until the cold drives you back inside to the warmth of the fire. Your fourth night on the island, 3 more days. You are past the halfway point of your week now. The days are blending together in the best way, each one distinct, yet all of them part of a peaceful whole. In bed, you're aware of your body in a new way. Your muscles slightly sore from the day's climbing, your skin warm from the sun, your lungs full of clean air. You feel healthy, strong, alive. You sleep deeply and you dream of sheep on hillsides and springs in rocks and stars falling through endless sky. Today you wake without any desire to move. Your body is tired from yesterday's exploration and it's asking for rest. So you read. You make breakfast and eat it in bed, propped up on pillows, looking out the window at the morning ocean. Then you lie back down and doze for another hour, drifting in and out of sleep, perfectly content. When you finally get up properly, it's nearly midday. You make tea and sit by the window, watching the ocean, watching clouds move across the sky, watching absolutely nothing happen and being perfectly happy about it. You're learning that rest isn't just about sleeping, it's about doing less, moving slower, letting time pass without filling it with activities. The day unfolds slowly, peacefully. You read a little, you sit a lot, you make simple meals and eat them slowly. You watch the light change as the sun moves across the sky. In the afternoon, you sit outside on the porch and simply listen. You listen to the ocean, how the sound changes with each wave, how some crash loud and others whisper soft. You listen to the wind, how it gusts and lulls, how it makes different sounds in different grasses. You listen to the gulls, to distant sheep, to your own breathing. This is meditation, though you're not calling it that. This is just being present, fully present with what is. The afternoon is long and peaceful. At some point, you realize you're not thinking about home, about work, about any of the things that usually fill your mind. Those things feel very far away, almost unreal. What's real is this: the warmth of the sun, the sound of the waves, the taste of tea, the softness of the wind. This is what's real. Evening comes gently. You make dinner protester a king. You're not being creative with food, and that's okay. You eat and then you sit by the fire and read until your eyes are tired. The fire crackles and pops. Outside, the night is quiet. Inside, the cottage is warm and cozy. You're completely content, not happy in an excited way, but content in a deep, quiet way. Satisfied at peace, your fifth night on the islands. 2 more days. You're not ready for this to end, but you're not clinging to it either. You're just here, now grateful for this day and trusting that tomorrow will bring what it brings. Sleep comes like a gift, easy and natural and deep. Day 6. Friday gathering. You wake with energy today. After yesterday's deep rest, your body is ready to move again. The day is beautiful, clear and bright with a fresh breeze. After breakfast, you decide to spend the day gathering things from the island, small treasures to take home as memories. You take a canvas bag and walk to the beaches. You collect shells, not indiscriminately, but choosing each one carefully. Shells that are whole and beautiful, each one special in its own way. Scallop shells, mussel shells, spiral shells, flat stones worn smooth by the sea. You find sea glass, pieces of old bottles tumbled by the ocean until they're frosted and smooth. Blue glass, green glass, clear glass, brown glass, each piece is a small gem. You find interesting pieces of driftwood, branches bleached white by sun and salt, shaped by water into sculptural forms. You choose a few small pieces that will fit in your bag. As you gather, you're mindful. You take only what calls to you. only what feels right. You leave far more than you take. The island gives generously, but you accept respectfully. At one beach, you find a perfect sand dollar minus intact white star patterned. It's a rare find and you hold it carefully, almost reverently. By midday, your bag has a small collection of treasures. You return to the cottage and spread them out on the table, arranging them, admiring them. Each one is a piece of the island, a tangible memory you can hold in your hand months or years from now. In the afternoon, you do something you haven't done all week. You write. You find paper and a pen in the cottage, and you sit at the table and write about your time here. Not a diary exactly, but impressions, moments, feelings. You write about the sunrise on your first morning, about the rainy day spent by the fire, about climbing the hill and seeing the whole island spread below you, about learning to rest, truly rest. You write for an hour or more, the words flowing easily. When you're done, you fold the pages and tuck them into your bag. A different kind of treasure, not from the island, but from your time on the island. The evening is golden and beautiful. You make a special dinner tonight, a celebration of your last full evening here. You use the last of the fresh vegetables to make a proper meal, taking time and care with it. You set the table properly, light a candle, pour yourself a glass of water in a proper glass. You eat slowly, savoring everything, making the meal last. After dinner, you clean the kitchen thoroughly, packing away the things you won't need tomorrow, starting the process of preparing to leave, even though you don't leave until afternoon tomorrow. Then you go outside for a final evening walk around the island. You walk slowly, saying goodbye to places, the beach where you found the sand dollar, the rocks where you sat and watched the tide pools, the hill you climbed, the old stone ruins. You walk the full circle of the island, and as you walk, you feel grateful, so grateful for this week, for this island, for this gift of time and space and peace. Back at the cottage, you sit on the porch and watch the stars come out for the last time. The Milky Way appears, brilliant and beautiful. You see shooting stars again, three of them, quick flashes of light and wonder. You stay outside until you're cold, soaking in every last moment. Your sixth night on the island, your last night, tomorrow you leave. In bed, you feel a mixture of emotions, sadness that this is ending, gratitude for what it's been, readiness to carry what you've learned back into your regular life. You've changed this week, not dramatically, but in small, important ways. You're quieter inside, more peaceful, more able to rest, to be still, to simply exist without constantly doing. The island has given you this, and tomorrow you'll leave the island, but you'll carry the island inside you. You sleep your last sleep here, wrapped in the sound of waves, held by the small cottage, dreaming of shells and stars and endless blue ocean. You wake early on your last morning, wanting to see the sunrise one more time. You dress quickly and go outside, taking your blanket, and sit on the porch steps to watch. The sunrise is beautiful as it has been every morning, but this morning you watch it with particular attention, trying to memorize it, to burn it into your mind so you can call it back later when you need it. After sunrise, you make breakfast and eat it slowly. Then you begin the task of packing up, preparing to leave. You strip the bed and fold the linens. You wash your few dishes and put them away. You sweep the floor. You make sure the cottage is left as clean and tidy as it was when you arrived. You pack your bag, carefully wrapping your shells and sea glass and driftwood so they won't break. You do a final check. Nothing forgotten, nothing left behind except the piece you brought here. The boat isn't coming until early afternoon, so you have a few more hours. You spend them sitting outside, just being, just soaking in the last moments. You think about the week, 7 days that felt like both a moment and a lifetime. 7 days in which you barely did anything, yet experienced so much. 7 days of learning how to rest, how to be present, how to find peace in simplicity. You think about going home, returning to your regular life. Part of you doesn't want to. Part of you wants to stay here forever, living this simple island life. But you know that's not realistic. This place is special partly because it's temporary, because it's separate from regular life. You can't live on the island forever, but you can carry the island with you. You can remember the lessons that rest is essential, that simplicity is beautiful, that peace is always available if you create space for it. You see the boat while it's still far away, a small white shape on the blue water growing gradually larger as it approaches. The boatman coming to collect you. You stand and pick up your bag. One last look at the cottage. One last look at the island. Thank you, you whisper. To the island, to the cottage, to the week you've had. The boat pulls up to the dock. The boatman waves and smiles. How was your week? He asks. Perfect, you say, and you mean it completely. You climb aboard and the boat pulls away from the dock. You stand at the rail watching the island recede. The cottage grows smaller, a white dot on the green and grey land. Then just a shape, then just a memory. You turn and face forward toward the mainland, toward home, toward whatever comes next. But you're different now, quicker, more peaceful, more whole. The island has given you a gift, and you carry it with you as the boat moves across the blue water toward the mainland. You carry the memory of 7 perfect days, the sound of waves, the sight of stars, the feel of shells in your hand, the peace of firelight, the gift of rest. You carry it all, and you know with absolute certainty that you will return. Maybe not next month or even next year, but someday when you need it again. When you need to remember how to rest, how to be still, how to just exist in peace, the island will be there waiting ready to offer its gifts again. But for now, you have what you need. You have the memory, you have the lessons learned, you have the peace you found. And that is enough. The boat carries you home across the blue water under the endless sky. And you are content. You're home now, back in your own space. The island is miles away, days away, another world away. But you carry it with you. You've unpacked your bag. Your shells and sea glass and driftwood are arranged on a shelf where you can see them, where they can remind you. You've made yourself dinner in your own kitchen. You've settled into your own comfortable chair. Outside your window, evening is falling, not over ocean but over your neighborhood, different from the island, but beautiful in its own way. You're tired from traveling, from the boat ride, from returning to the busier world, but it's a good tired, a satisfied tired. You know that tomorrow you'll begin easing back into your regular routines. Work will resume, obligations will return, the busyness of life will fill your days again. But something has changed. You've changed. You know now, in a way you didn't before, that peace is always available, that rest is possible, that you can create space for stillness even in the midst of busyness. You know that you can carry the island with you, not the physical place, but the feeling of it, the peace of it, the simplicity of it. When life gets too loud, too fast, too much, you can close your eyes and remember the sound of waves, the sight of stars, the feel of sun warmed rocks under your hands. You can return to the island in your mind even when you can't return there in body. This is the real gift the island gave you. Not a week of vacation, but a blueprint for peace. A reminder that simplicity and stillness and rest are not luxuries but necessities. You sit in your chair and close your eyes, you listen. And beneath the sounds of your neighborhood, cars, voices, the distant bark of a dog, you can almost hear it. The ocean, the eternal rhythm of waves rolling in and breaking on the shore. Whoosh and crash. Whoosh and crash. over and over, endless and eternal and deeply, profoundly peaceful. You breathe in time with the waves you remember, in and out, in and out, and you rest. You rest the way you learned to rest on the island, completely, peacefully, deeply, and you know that whenever you need it, you can return to this place inside yourself. This place of peace and stillness and rest. The island is there, always there, waiting for you. In your memory, in your heart, in your breath. In and out, like waves. Some eternal, peaceful home. Thank you for spending this entire week on the island with me. The journey of rest and peace and profound stillness. I hope you found what you needed here. I hope you discovered your own island of peace within yourself. I hope you rest now deeply and completely, carrying the sound of waves and the sight of stars with you into your dreams. This is the end of our longest journey together, but the peace we found doesn't have to end. You can return to the island anytime you need it. It's always there, waiting for you. Rest now, dear friend. Rest completely. Rest like you rested on the island. Listen to the waves, breathe with the ocean, and sleep deep, peaceful, restorative sleep. Sweet dreams. Until we meet again.